It's a beautiful day to you, all lovely and smart real estate investors, wherever you're watching us across the world. I'm super delighted to welcome you to another insightful episode of Property Matters here on YouTube. In case you're coming across a video like this for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, a very important personality like you will obviously be the first person to see it. So on today's episode of Property Matters, we're going to be talking about something that is very important and crucial to this industry. But before I go further, I want to quickly solicit for your support. Do also subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, you will be the first person to see it. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that has been supporting us on this channel, and we want to say a very big thank you to those that will still support us after watching this particular video. You know what to do. Subscribe, turn on the, we have powerful topics outlined for you, our viewers, in this 2024. We'll pray that God bless you and as you subscribe. All right, so I'll be back immediately after this short timeout. Don't go nowhere. All right, you're welcome back. I want to quickly say a very big thank you to everybody that have supported us here at King's Court Property Matters. I want to say a very big thank you, and of course, we don't take your support for granted. A bigger thanks goes to all those smart real estate investors who have chosen us, to handle their real estate investment. And of course, you know that we stand for what? For equity. We stand for originality, and of course, we will always check and do all the necessary due diligence in order to ensure that your investment gives you the expected anticipation that you have for the property. So today we're going to be talking about how to maximize the Lagos State real estate industry in 2024. But before I go further, a lot of people have been viewing our videos. A lot of people have been, getting several investment tips, and they have refused to subscribe. Why now? Please. It's very simple. Just click on the subscription button, turn on the notification bell, and of course, give us a thumb like. After we're sharing so many powerful educative real estate content here that is helping a whole lot of people not to throw money into thin air. And the way you can reciprocate and show that you really value what we're doing and you want us to be consistent is to just subscribe, share. Please help us reach more people. God bless you as you do so. A bigger thanks goes to all those smart investors that we have helped them, of course, that we have attended to their real estate needs in 2023. Let's do a bigger thing come 2024. So let's quickly go to the topic because I don't want to deviate. So how to maximize the Lagos State real estate industry in 2024? What are those important things that you need to put into consideration? The important things that you need to know as you approach the 2024 real estate investment markets. The first thing you need to understand is that you need to understand the concept of what? Positioning. I've been talking extensively on positioning for a while, and I found out that despite all the explanation that I've gotten, it is not still well understood by some real estate investors. So today I'm going to be talking elaborately on it. Now, when real estate investors go into the real estate market, when they are doing different investments, many of them do these investments in anticipation that this is what they hope to achieve after some stipulated period of time. But contrary to their expectation, many of them ended up being disappointed because what they anticipated was different from what they were given. And the reason basically is that because of the fact that some real estate realtors or real estate investment advisor does not understand how to effectively communicate the essence and of course the use of that property to them, and it has been something that has generated a lot of controversy. So today I'm going to be talking extensively on positioning and why do you need to position and where do you need to position. Now, positioning is solely dependent on your need, your intention, and what you expect to get after some stipulated period of time for that investment. What exactly do I mean by that? What I'm trying to say in essence is that if you are going into real estate investment with the hope of building, let's say within period of 1 or 2 years, then you know very well that there are some places that may not particularly fit into that investment. Okay, and if you're looking forward to do a cash flow, like you want an annually rental income, or you want a short-let income, then you understand that where you should position basically should not be where some real estate investors have been made to invest. And the reason is that this has generated a lot of controversy. So where should you position? Yeah, your positioning is solely dependent on your investment goal and what you aim to achieve. So let's quickly talk extensively about that. Now, how do you position? Now, if you are looking for a long-term investment plan, then places of Kitsuekpe, places like Igbodu, places like Ilara, places like other places of Ipejuleki, the likes of La Campagne, those areas fit in perfectly for someone who is looking forward to get his return on investment 3, 4, 5 years from today. Okay, so a lot of people don't understand that. So if you're a first-time real estate investor and you just don't want your money to lie in the bank, you want to put it in a landed property, and what sometimes too determines your positioning is your budget. A lot of people don't explain that, and of course, out of desperation of some realtors, they don't tell you the truth. They know that basically where when they tell real estate investors that in fact, even in Lagos here in Ebejuleki, there are still some places you will invest 30 million and you cannot build immediately. So how much more an investor that is looking for 1.52 million and wants to start building? That obviously is not realistic at all. So we need to be very, very sincere as we continue. So as a real estate investor, positioning. If you want to do land banking, there's a place you should position. Now, if you want to do annual rental income, now you need to understand that in my previous video, I spoke extensively on how you should position. For instance, what you should understand going into the 2024 real estate investment is that there will be a lot of real estate offers that will be flying across different social media handles. And if you don't understand how to analyze those offers, you will still be doing things the same way you did it in 2023. Now, these offers basically will be tempting. This offer basically will be relatively cheap. But for the fact that they are cheap, the tendency that it will not meet your real estate investment need is very, very certain. So we need, to raise that point and explain to you, So if you want to do a regular cash flow, an investment that exceeds Shangotedo, that exceeds our cannot even give you regular cash flow. Now, if you want to invest in cash flow that is steady, then you need to start looking at other places of the mainland, like the likes of the Yaba places, the Surulere places, the Ogudu axis, the Omole phase 1, and other important, the Ikeja and the likes. Now, these are places whereby you can get a regular cash flow. Now, the reason why you don't hear a lot of people talk about these investment offers basically is that some realtors are not familiar with it. So many of our realtors here are so engrossed with the fact that all investment has to be done on the island, which is obviously not true. You don't have to put all your investment here on the island. There are places. Look at Yaba. A lot of investors, are investing in bed spaces. There's an investment that you can buy, and you lease out bed spaces to investors. Like for instance, if you want to buy an hostel unit, you can buy a 4-man bed space. You can buy a 8-man bed space. The moment you have done those bed spaces investment, do you understand? Then you can lease it out. You can give it out for students. That is a very profitable investment that you can do. But this investment at the moment are not on the highland. So you have to look at the places of the Akoka, the Bako, the Bariga, the chemist, and the Abuleja axis of the mainland. There are also other investments. You can also invest in studio apartments, and you can also invest in other places. Now, when you look at the rental income, now there's a client of mine that we helped to secure a 20-year lease apartment around August last year. Now, the project is almost completed, and as I'm talking to you right now, there's a tenant that wants to rent that apartment. It's not just in, there are several other of our investors that they just finished payment, okay, of their property, and they've rented it out and they have collected their first rent. Now, there's this particular investor that whenever the man collects his rent, he will tell me, send me the form. I don't want to spend this money. I want to use this money to invest. So there's an investor that whenever he collects his rental income from his yaba, his parko, his real property, what they do is that they put those investments into land banking. That's an investment. So, and there are some places, some places on the island that you will, after you have paid for the houses, you may not even get tenants in the next 6 months to 1 year. So you need to understand that positioning basically is very essential for a real estate investor who wants to get the maximum return. Not all places on the island can give you maximum return, but this is why you have to do this strategically. So there are some investment that you can do. So properties on the mainland as an existing rental market. The apartment I spoke extensively about, the Meridian apartment. I was speaking with the developer. That was like 2 weeks ago, and he told me that the 3-bedroom is sold out, and the 2-bedroom is just 1 unit. Now, surprisingly, we are just starting the foundation work of that project, and the 3-bedroom that has been sold out has 5 units have been rented, even without the apartment being completed. And I was even telling some of my investors that by the time they are done with their payment, even people will fight themselves. Now, looking at the mainland rental property. Now, what you will use to rent a 2-bedroom apartment here on the island, or what you will use to rent, let's say, a well-furnished 2-bedroom apartment here on the island, let's say, or here for 500 to 600 to 700, you get a good furnished 2-bedroom apartment on the island. That money can only get you a studio apartment on the mainland. Why is it like that? Now, it's because of the fact that the market is there, the industries are there, the supermarkets are there. The mainland basically is still heavily populated, despite the fact that a lot of people are not even talking more on mainland properties. There are a lot of people I know that even if they bring in the World Trade Center on the island, they would never leave the mainland. Now, when you understand that most of the markets, the major market, the Computer Village, the Alaba International Market, all those retail markets, most of these shops here on the island still have to travel down to these places, okay, to buy all these their goods and still bring it to the mainland. So that explains the reason why the cost of living here on the island is a little bit expensive. Now, on the mainland, you can navigate the important route for some of the real estate investor, okay, that wants to stay very close to the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, the Ikeja, the Axis, the likes of all these beautiful places. Staying on the mainland helps you to easily navigate those places without having issues or spending time on the traffic. Although, okay, the Lagos State government is trying as much as they can, okay, to reduce the traffic congestion on the island, okay. Presently, they are doing the road expansion all the way from Ekpe down to Eleko, from Eleko, and they're presently going as far as Abramadesoya. That obviously will, okay, reduce the road construction, the traffic congestion in this axis. But regardless of the fact, there are still some people that will never leave the mainland, not just because of the fact that they don't want to stay on the island, because of the fact that major businesses and of course economically wise is to an extent preferable for them to stay on the mainland. So the tech hubs are there, the major institutions are on the mainland, the major businesses are on the mainland, and in positioning yourself in the mainland, this 2024 will be one of the greatest investment decisions you can make. I'm not ruling out the importance, okay, of putting your investment on the island. The island is also profitable, but you see, before you begin to get that desired return, it will be when the projects that the government has promised to do on the island have been totally complete, like let's just say 70% completed. Now, the cost of properties on the highland is increasing. In fact, what you used to buy a land and you cannot build immediately on the island, sometimes it shows. Basically, there's this place I went to yesterday, and I found out that the real estate investor came all the way from Admiralty, and by the time he saw what government wants to do in that axis, he bought 2 commercial plots and 5 residential plots. So the man bought 7 plots of land. So you must understand positioning. Okay, so for 1-bedroom apartment on the mainland, you're looking at 1.5. For 2-bedroom apartment, you're looking at about 2 million, 2.5. For 3-bedroom, so rents on the mainland is at the moment right now more advantageous than to some places on the island. Then the next thing you also need to do, that if you want to maximize the real estate market in 2024, is that you need to start seeing things from the positive angles and stop taking advices from people who don't have adequate knowledge of the industry. That's just what you need to do next. Now, I've spoken to a lot of real estate investors, and by the time they give reasons why they missed out on some important real estate offers, most times I'm almost amazed. I'm always amazed that many of them make their decision based on what their friends in other countries have advised them, or what their brother who is in Nigeria, who doesn't understand the importance of real estate, have given them, and they sometimes stand by that advice. Now, as a person, I don't dabble into an industry I don't have an idea. Sometimes if I want to do something, I take advices from people who have track records and, of course, proven results of that thing I'm seeking their counsel for. Now, basically, a lot of people have been saying Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, there is insecurity in Nigeria, Nigeria is having so many problems. My dear brothers and sisters in diaspora, every nation in the world have their own challenges. The only problem with Nigeria basically is that we don't have a good public relation officer. In Nigeria, people's trumpets those bad events louder than those significant progress that has been made. More importantly, in the area of investments and projects that we have in Lagos. Now, I'm not saying Nigeria doesn't have its challenges. Of course, Nigeria has its challenges, but other nations of the world are also experiencing something similar, even worse than what Nigeria is. So, if you go by people's verdicts and conclusion in what is going on in Nigeria, you will miss out the best. See, it is only in this industry that you can invest 1.5 million naira in a landed property, and within the spaces of 3 to 4 months, that investment is giving you close to 5 million. This year, I helped a real estate investor to get a 2-bedroom apartment for 35 million. And before the close of that year, the developer increased that property to 48 million. See, when you're going into the off-plan market, basically, the off-plan market basically gives you an opportunity to enter as a first-time investor, or you're entering the market at a relatively low price, and you are getting 300% return before the project and after the project has been completed. So the advantages of the industry is way higher than the challenges the company. See, I'm not speaking in support of the government. I'm not trying to explain some of the policies that are not favorable. But what I'm saying basically is that, see, Nigeria problem have been existing before I was born. Nigeria problem has been existing even after several years. But what I'm trying to say basically is that if you should base your verdict or your decision to invest in this market based on what you hear on the news or those, you'll be missing out. In fact, there are a lot of people who are in the diaspora who are earning rental income despite the fact that they're not in Nigeria. So it is not you that will solve the problem, or your decision not to invest will solve the problem. What I'm trying to say in essence is that no nations of the world exist without a problem. All these advanced countries also have their own challenges, but the reason why the Nigerian one is so resound is because of the fact that we have people who are always eager to spread those bad news than people who are eager to spread at least those little achievements that have been made. Look at what is going on in the Lekki Epe axis. Look at the international airport that is about to start. Look at the Lekki deep sea port that has started operation. Look at the refinery. They've started exporting oil. Look at what Lagos State government has done at that Japa flyover. Look at the real project that is going on. So all these things are news that should be, trumpet to you guys, despite the fact that Nigeria, no nation of the world does not have its own challenges. But if you base, your verdict on investment based on Nigerian issues and problems, you'll be missing out. No one created the problem of Nigeria. You did not create it, but you can still see, regardless of all these challenges, people are cashing out. I've seen people turning over different investments within the space of 6 months. So the opportunities are very enormous. I'm not trying to rule out those challenges, but I'm saying that the investment opportunities in Nigeria are very, very enormous. And it's only in this industry. See, the reason why I'm always saying that real estate investor should take advantage of the market is that the market is not regulated. You can buy a land for 100,000, and within the space of 2 years, people are begging to sell for 7 million, and they're telling them you want to sell for 20 million. No association will say no, you have to peg your price. See the enormous benefit of this industry. Now, what most people don't understand basically is that 5 years from today, 10 years from today, the industry will not be the same. The population would have grown, the industry would have maximized, the demand would have tripled. In fact, a lot of statisticians and other real estate investment analysts are saying that if you get to a point that the population of Lagos will be more than the available property. Do you know what that means? That is good news for real estate investors. That is good news for those who are investing right now. So ignore those challenges and maximize the opportunities. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. We are going to talk more extensively on how to maximize. Of course, this is going to be the part one. I'll be talking more on other parts of how to maximize the real estate. In case you have inquiries, you have questions, you are free to contact us. Our numbers are below the caption of this video. You can send us inquiry, and of course, you'll be glad you did. Until I come your way in another exciting and educative session of Property Matters. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.